The Honourable Member for St. John's on a supplementary question.
Miigwech, Madam Speaker. In the last 24 hours, I've received messages from Canadians across the country expressing their condolences to the Chartrand and Fontaine families, while also expressing their concerns at the inaction of this government to fully understand and appreciate the grave levels of violence against Indigenous women and girls and their inability to put forward any concrete steps at addressing this critical issue. As well, Madam Speaker, I've spoken with many social service development agencies across Manitoba who have advised that after 11 months, they still haven't heard a single word from this government in respect of programming, initiatives, or policy development. I asked the Premier, where is this government on concretely addressing violence against Indigenous women and girls, and what dollars have they put forward to these programs and services?
Good question.
The Honourable First Minister.
I encourage the member not to attempt to seek any kind of short-term political advantage as a consequence of the horrific actions of the last few days in our province. I think that it is important that we set aside political differences on these issues, that we make sure that we join together, that we focus together on these issues. I endeavored to do that in Ottawa as I was blessed to have had the chance to meet and hear from women around the country, First Nations women who wanted action and who got finally some progress in terms of their matrimonial property rights after years, over 20 years of fighting for those things. And I was proud of Eric Robinson and proud of the NDP when they stood and joined with us in the last session, and we, all of us together, decided that we would unanimously support matrimonial property rights for Aboriginal women in our country. I think that was a proud moment, and I encourage the member to help us here on all sides of the House create more such moments in the future.
The Honourable Member for St. John's on a final supplementary.
Miigwech, Madam Speaker. The murders of Ms. Chartrand and Ms. Fontaine provide this House with a concrete example of the importance and critical need of the national inquiry. The federal government earmarked $11.3 million for the Family Information Liaison Units to provide MMIWG families with a myriad of supports as they navigate through the national inquiry. I've also spoken with many MMIWG families who have also advised that they have not heard from this government. Can the Minister or can the Premier advise what's been done to reach out to families in respect to the national inquiry?
That's a great question.
The Honourable First Minister.
Well, as opposed to other files, Madam Speaker, where we have had less than satisfactory progress thus far in terms of working with the federal government cooperatively because of their decision to make threats such as health care funding. We are eager to work with the federal government and have seen some progress in respect of moving towards expanded family liaison contact programs to support the families of missing persons. We have, as a new government, endeavored to reach out ambitiously to First Nations communities and groups who are acting in support of First Nations communities in an unprecedented way. We have been encouraged, in fact, in the comments we've received, supportive comments we've received from those who share our concerns that, and I think the concerns of all members of the House, that this is an action, that this is a problem, a social challenge worth cooperative action, and that is why, again, I encourage the member to take, as I have always encouraged members opposite to do, to take a nonpartisan approach and to take a cooperative approach in addressing these issues together. I'm open to all her ideas. I'm open to the ideas of all members of this House. Our government is listening, and we are ready to work with you.